The Progressive Change Campaign Committee and Data for Progress did something useful. They commissioned a poll that doesn't focus on the horse race, but on the most effective economic message for President Biden and Democrats. We will dig into the data in a second, but the main takeaway, which they reportedly shared in a meeting with White House officials, is that it is extremely difficult to convince voters that the economy has improved and much easier to persuade people that Biden's plans are better than Trump's plans. Dan, what did you think of the poll and the recommendations?
I think, as you said, an incredibly useful exercise, right? For all of the complaining and screaming about polling, this is what it's ultimately for. Not to tell us what's going to happen, but how to give us the guidance and strategic advice to get the outcome we want. And I think there's two very incredibly useful findings here. The first one is that we have to start by acknowledging that people aren't happy with the economy. And I think for a long time, particularly over the last, basically the last 6 to 9 months, there's been this sense that perceptions of the economy were a lagging indicator. That the economy was actually getting better because all the macroeconomic numbers suggest it is. So people are eventually just going to wake up one day and be happy about it, or we're going to grab them by the lapels via their TV screens and phone screens and make them realize that. But I think the persistent and growing negative perceptions about the economy, I think, suggests that there's something else going on. One, the macroeconomic numbers we have used previously to suggest a good economy through the lens of politics don't work anymore in the same way. And our friend Mike Podhorzer was on Ezra Klein's podcast, and he talked about this, and he made the point that in previous eras, before we lived in this world of really yawning economic inequality, prosperity was shared, right? Under Bill Clinton, for example, when GDP went up, everyone benefited. That's not how we live anymore, right? Those benefits are not being distributed equally. That's one. Two, we talk about inflation all of the time, and inflation is coming down. And in a report today on wholesale prices, that is now actually below pandemic levels. But people don't care about how much costs are going up. They care what costs are. And then I don't think we have a way of understanding the political environment in a world of interest rates. So